For MSL Web Radio, I'm Tim Kearns, and with me is North Shore Bank's Player of the Month, Mitch Hamor. Mitch, congratulations on being named Player of the Month.
Thank you very much, Tim. I'd like to thank North Shore Bank for honoring me with this.
You know, certainly at you took the football season off, and you did so in order to prep for hockey. And that preparation went back a long time before the fall, up through the summer. You started the season on fire with consecutive hat-trick games, and at this point in the season, as of January 14th, you are the leading scorer in the league, something that probably wasn't anticipated by Coach Gilligan when he wanted to move you up to hopefully get some more offense going.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't expect it either. Last year, I think I only had like 18 points or something like that, so it's a surprise I already have 20.
And, you know, it's still very early in the season, and for someone who's spent the last several years playing defense, getting the opportunity to go forward on a full-time basis has to be a great thrill for you.
Yeah, I really like it up there. Like, defense was fun, but forward is definitely a lot more fun.
You know, certainly much more free range now. You're playing forward and center on the team this year?
Yeah, usually I center, but sometimes I switch with my wing, Brendan Mitchell, because he also plays center. He played center last year, so.
You know, it should be noted that Brendan is the third leading scorer in the conference this year. He's 2 points behind you with 18 points. So certainly a team that had a lot of question marks coming in. You guys have 8 to 9 freshmen on the team, and they're all contributing significantly. You guys are a team that are really making a mark for yourself early in this Northeast Conference season.
Yeah, we're doing really good actually, and all the freshmen are playing a big role with that. They're definitely helping us out, and we're 6-2-1 right now.
Now, certainly, Coach Gillen has to be very, very pleased with the inspired play of the freshmen, but I would think even more so with the level of leadership that he's getting from his upperclassmen that are making the transition so easy for the freshmen.
Yeah, definitely have a good group of leaders, like me, Andy Brown, and Tony Walsh, the 3 captains. We definitely have a lot of leadership with us, and then even Troy Cabral, who's a senior, and Brendan Mitchell, and the other juniors that are helping out, really leading this team.
Now, certainly, you mentioned Walsh, your goaltender. He has certainly been superb this year for you guys in the net.
Yeah, definitely. He holds his own down there, and he helps us out every game.
You know, certainly one of the things that marks student athletes special is the way that you guys have to balance so many things in your life. Some of you guys may have part-time jobs, but it's the balancing of the books along with the practice times. You mentioned you had practice early this morning. What time was practice?
Practice started at 6:30, and most of the kids have to get up at 5:30 for that. So.
And so that speaks to the level of dedication to not only yourself and your teammates, to all the guys that play hockey around the leagues, because you have to get the ice when it's available, and it's not always available at prime times. And you practice early, you practice late, and you've got to work in the studies as well.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but I don't think that we can complain because the Beverly girls team has to get up every single morning at 5:30. So
well, they might have a complaint after hearing that they have every morning.
Yeah.
As a senior, one of the things that you have to do is look beyond your senior year and begin to get into the college application process. At this point in the school year, you're probably heavily involved. What schools are you looking at?
So far, I've just applied to Babson, Bentley, UNH, Salve Regina, Holy Cross, and University of South Carolina.
Will you be looking to take the hockey stick with you?
I would like to, definitely, but I'm not really sure right now. I've talked to Jamie Rice at Babson, and maybe play there, but yeah.
Okay. Certainly, when you move up from the high school level to the collegiate level of sports, the demands are even greater, and certainly your dad, Bill, can speak to you about that experience.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's a lot of work up there. That's kind of one of the reasons why I'm holding back, because if I did go to Babson, which is really the only coach I've talked to, I know that's one of the most hardest schools around. So
yeah, certainly it's one of the best business schools
around,
and certainly Dad is deeply involved in the business world. You may be looking to follow in his footsteps, and it's not no college curriculum is easy, but when you get into again the world of high finance, there's an awful lot to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you taking any kind of courses this year to prepare yourself for the next step?
I'm in marketing right now, which has to do a lot with what I want to do in college with the business. And I'm trying to take heavy math courses. Like I take AP Calculus, which is it's a drag, but I got to do it.
Yeah, I teach the AP History myself, and I know the demands that I place on my students. So certainly you've placed yourself with a challenging curriculum, course load for this year, as well as carrying your load as the captain of the hockey team. Does it ever get to you? Do you ever think about that, or these are things I got to do and you just attack them?
I really just attack them. You know, it's like my everyday life. Like I love doing it. Hockey is like the best thing I could ever do. So
it's up at 5, practice, into the classrooms, home, study, practice some more, play a game.
Yeah, I love it.
Life of the high school student athlete.
Yep.
Mitch, anything else about the hockey team this year that stands out to you?
Well, you really touched on like the help from the freshmen, but I really think that was like a key part to our team. A lot of people doubted us coming in, like, oh, they're really young, you know, but all of those freshmen, like whoever, 12 of them maybe tried out or are on varsity, like, and they've really played a key role.
So certainly with, you mentioned that number 12, if 8 and 8 are up there, and I'm sure coach is looking to roll people through if these others are on the JV program, Beverly High School hockey program is going to be very strong.
Yeah.
For the next several years after your class graduates.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this freshman class that we have, if they just keep getting better and better, then the team's just going to get better and better.
Well, certainly if they look to the work ethic that's been demonstrated by yourself and the other upperclassmen, they have really great examples to follow and certainly something to shoot for.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to. That's what me, Andy, and Tony are trying to like get the kids to follow, because Beverly hockey's kind of been down the past couple of years, but I think that the work ethic is the #1 thing we need.
Yeah, certainly. The accumulation of talent. You guys have had good players, but sometimes you need a wide band of players across the team. One player is good, but one player can't carry necessarily a team unless he's a goaltender and he can stay hot and you can hope for some breaks. But certainly to be very successful, go deep in the tournament, you have to have a strong goaltender, which you have. You have to have several strong lines. You have to have several strong defensive pairings. And you guys seem to be working on building that, and the success you've had early in this season certainly points to a solid season and a good run in the tournament.
Yeah, well, most teams in the league really have like one line that scores most of their goals, and I think at the beginning of the year we were gonna try and do that, but we really balanced them out now. And like on our first line, it's like me, Brendan Mitchell, and Andy Brown, and then the second is Troy Cabral, Connor Irving, and Jake Straw. And I think those two lines, they can score just as many goals as anyone else's first line.
You know, in the opening game against Gloucester that you guys won, and that was a very exciting game. All the lines contributed. It was amazing how balanced. You couldn't take a line off.
Yeah.
If you were the opposing team, because as you mentioned, I mean, Straw had a very strong game that game against Gloucester.
Yeah.
He was all over the ice, and certainly if teams have to constantly be aware, then you're going to have coaches doubling up shifts on his #1 line to keep your #2 line in check.
Yeah.
And so that has to work in your favor later in the game, in the third period especially.
Yeah, I think that we do have a lot of depth. It definitely helps us out there.
Plus, you also noticed that in the Gloucester game, you short shifted.
Yeah.
And that keeps everybody fresh and everybody in the game, because everybody's alert for the next change to be going onto the ice.
Yeah, well, we really do need to take short shifts, because we're all going out there and going so hard every shift that we kind of get run down, so we need to balance that out.
Okay, Mitch, I know you've got a long weekend in front of you of hockey and studying. I know you have finals coming up. I want to thank you for, again, appearing once again on MSO Web Radio. I want to congratulate you for being the North Shore Bank's Player of the Month. And again, good luck to the rest of the season.
All right, thank you very much, Tim.
All right, thanks, buddy. That's been Mitch Hamor, the varsity captain of the Beverly hockey team, here on MSO Web Radio, North Shore Bank's Player of the Month.